What's happening, guys, and welcome back to the Alternative Audio Podcast. I'm Ollie.
And I'm Luke.
I'm Reece.
No one asked.
Yeah, we've got Reece on the podcast today for a bit of a guest spot. He's going to join the chat and we're going to do a quiz for him at the end. That's going to be fucking fun. So, yeah, roll the intro.
So this is Reece. Reece is a friend of ours. Well, we know him. I was in a band with Reece for a long time. We thought we hadn't had a chat for a while, so we thought we'd get together and shoot the shit. Reece, how are you?
I just timed that drink really poorly. Thirsty, apparently. Yeah, I'm good, man. Not bad. Can't complain. I'm glad to be here and chat shit.
Right, there's been quite a few new releases, to be fair. In fact, there's a few that have come out today. First one I'm going to bring up, like Moths To Flames, we discussed them in a previous episode. New album coming out on May the 10th. We did say that we thought, like when they released the
Yeah,
singles
it's normally a
and stuff.
sign that there's...
I thought you were going to say it came out today, then I got a little bit excited.
No, unfortunately. There are some coming up later on.
That is just pretty good as well.
I don't think I've listened to them since... What was that one? You guys brought it up on the first or second episode.
Oh,
Really early days.
Yeah, the first album.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2010 that was,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Oh,
Very
2010,
long time ago.
2009,
Yeah.
2011, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. But yeah, the new album that has now been announced is going to be titled The Cycles of Trying to Cope.
Sounds deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That sounds fucking deep, doesn't it?
Someone's got some fucking demons in that band.
To be fair, looking at the album artwork from that last single, fucking... I mean, what was it? What was
I
it?
can't
you
remember
said?
what it looked like.
Yeah, it was that. Hang on, let me find it.
It looked like a razor.
Just a fucking razor.
It's a
blade.
bottle of antidepressants.
Like a side salad prep.
This next song's called Sertraline.
The artwork looks like my sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually. Luke, try and pronounce if you scroll up, try and pronounce that.
No.
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi.
Which is Japanese for like Moths To Flames.
I
Is it
don't think
actually?
I don't think it is.
You genuinely believed it, and Ollie's
I was
like, I don't think it
No,
is.
I don't fucking think it is, you know.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure it's even Japanese. Cancelled straight away.
Cheers, Reece.
But no, it's nice to see. Like, obviously, we were thinking that double singles coming out probably means an album is coming, and yeah, it's now been announced. Coming out on May the 10th. So I'll be looking out for that. Not far away, about a month.
Not that. Reminds me of anything that's come out by Polaris in the last 2 years.
You know, I haven't really listened to Polaris.
Polaris are sick, mate. Have you never listened to them?
I've probably heard them, but I don't think I've ever really listened to them.
Do you want to play one of my favourite tracks for Reece?
Go for it. I've been listening to quite a bit of Polaris.
Yeah.
Is that the one where their guitarist died last year?
Yeah, that's really sad, that is.
Wasn't he only like 24 or
Yeah,
something?
It's quite upsetting, really, isn't it?
I already quite like that.
I do remember recently, I can't remember if I mentioned it on a previous episode, there was another artist brought something out and everyone was like, oh, Polaris has released a new track, but it was someone completely different.
It was like a rapper.
No, it was like some sort of, I don't know, Spanish classical music. It was really weird and everyone was like, well, Polaris have changed things up, haven't they?
Really gone down a different path.
Yeah, it was like people who had like followed Polaris on Spotify had received notifications for this because it was just a glitch from Spotify because they had exactly the same name. Really weird.
You know, I'm a massive fan of landscapes.
Yeah.
There's somebody on Spotify with the same name. Like, I don't think Landscapes have done anything about it, but like he's like a drum and bass artist, and he released like 2 tracks, and it's just sat on their. Like they haven't been a band for like nearly 5 years. Like it's just sat on their page on Spotify, and I was like, oh, sick new tracks. And played it. It was like. Really switching it up here, guys.
I remember a band did that with one of your old bands as well.
Echoes of Eden, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys had either stopped for a bit or
Yeah,
you just split
well-
up, and then all of a sudden new music was coming on. I was like, that sounds nothing like you.
Yeah, we'd come to the end of our terms anyway, so we really weren't bothered. It's not like that anyone was listening to it anyway. So now it's just there. It just makes us look like we've got one really good album and one really shit album.
I'll move on to some music that actually did release today. Remember I've mentioned Silly Goose before?
Yeah.
I fucking love these guys. But yeah, they've released a new track today.
Is that the guys that are like a little bit Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, they're going around like North America and just like pulling up outside of gigs on the back of a trailer and just
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, they do sound quite good,
To
actually.
be fair, they're doing a lot more like, you know, genuine gigs now. They're getting like Well, they're getting brought on for tours and shit and festivals, so I don't think they'll really need the trailer anymore. But it's still fucking sick.
I really think that's a really good idea, man. If you've got the tools to do it, just load up in the back of a trailer and start turn up to a show.
Wouldn't really have worked for us. Reece, do you reckon you can set up your drum kit in the back of your Astra? Yeah, it's very Limp Bizkit. More so with his vocals.
I've been listening to a lot of Limp Bizkit lately.
Yeah. Mostly because I can't wait to fucking see him at download. To be fair, I like the artwork that they do with like all of their like album singles and everything that they brought out so far. Like they kind of keep
Foghorn Leghorn.
You are?
On that photo there, looks like Foghorn Leghorn. I say.
Who's Foghorn Leghorn?
Who's Foghorn Leghorn? Do you know who Foghorn Leghorn is?
I think I've heard of it.
You
Yeah.
say. You sound like Fred Elliott from Coronation Street.
How do you not know who Foghorn Leghorn is? Is this stuttering chicken from the cartoons?
I've got no idea.
When you say Fred Elliott from Coronation Street, you mean the butcher?
Yeah. I see.
Googling Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, yes.
I've got to see this now to remind myself what is it. Oh, fucking, the cartoon. Yeah. But yeah, so Silly Goose's new track, Live It Up, seems to have dropped today, March 29th.
Can I have a listen?
No.
Oh, yes.
Right, Churchill.
Oh, yes.
This is sick, actually.
Yeah.
That snare sounds deep as fuck.
Yeah. It's fair. I feel like pretty much all their tracks don't sound exactly the same, but sound so similar that like they're just gonna fucking keep that sound and it will work for them.
I hope so. I find with bands like that when they've got when a lot like when somebody releases an album, the tracks also you can obviously tell they're different tracks, but they all sort of sound like they belong on the same album. Yeah. I think that's really good because for me that means a band's got a sound dialed in and they know what they're doing.
Like I feel like even with Limp Bizkit, like in later album, like the first couple of albums, yeah, they kept that same sound, but then like from then on, they really switched things up, and some of it I really don't like. To be fair.
Normally find when you stick to a sound like that for a while that it becomes really recognisable. Like the minute somebody hears it, you go, "Oh, I know who this is," even if you've never heard the track before.
Yeah.
Like if Architects release a new song, you'd know who it is straight away.
Yeah, definitely. Like I that's another band that have really got their sound dialed in. Like Architects, you could play like 2 seconds of an Architect song, and you'd be like, "This is Architect."
Even with the newer stuff, when they go a little bit more sort of away from the metalcore genre, you still hear it and go, "Yeah, I know that is." Speaking of new releases, Sum 41 brought out an album at midnight.
So that come out today as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you've listened to it. I had a brief listen.
I had it on.
Very
on the way to Birmingham
very
this
old
morning.
school Sum 41,
It's very good.
and they did a cover of Painted Black.
Isn't it like a double album?
Yeah, it's really good, man. Go
Oh
and
yeah,
pick up
that's a lot of tracks.
I took a friend this morning to go into Birmingham to the record store to pick up, and the 2 vinyls are class as fuck. It's really cool.
Nice. To be fair, I like the theming of it. Like if you're going for a double album, then like heaven hell, it works.
Yeah.
I only knew about it because Nath messaged me at 1 o'clock this morning. Something like, "Oh, Sum 41's new album's great." I was like, "What?" I don't know if he'd been on the beers or what, but he just randomly messaged me at 1 in the morning. I was like, "All right, mate, yeah, sound." I thought they'd split up. Oh yeah, last album. I was like, "All right, okay." And he was like saying, "Have a listen now." I was like, "Mate, it's 1 in the morning."
I'll tell you what is quite disappointing for bands that are splitting up. They go, "We got a new album. Sick. Do you want to see it live?" "Yeah." Tough.
You want to see it live? Yeah. Once.
And we won't play the whole thing.
What's your favourite track? We don't like that one, we're not playing it. I hate it when bands do that. I do kind of get it, but they'll release an album and there's certain tracks that you just never hear live. You think, did they ever play that live?
Yeah.
One of them, I don't know if Architects ever did it. Do you ever remember a track called Seventh Circle?
Yeah.
Holy Hell. That was heavy as fuck. That was very, that was definitely Josh's influence, that was. It was so heavy, but I don't think... I tried looking for YouTube videos like of him playing it live. Don't think I could ever find one.
Speaking of bands that don't play like songs live anymore, I went to watch
Nirvana.
Yeah, they definitely don't play.
It's true.
Do you want to tell the story about the time we were playing at the Sunflower Lounge?
Oh, we played a terrible, terrible show, and the headliner got changed at the very last minute. It was something to do with amoebas, the name was.
Yeah, I can't remember. Amoeba Team.
Yeah, something like that.
But like there was 5 people in the crowd, and our band was 4 of them. And there was a couple at the front, and there weren't many. But they were nice guys, man.
Yeah.
They were cool. Like,
They were just sort of they knew they weren't playing to many people, so they weren't taking it too seriously. And he said, "Have you got any requests?" And I think one of us just shouted, Teen Spirit, and he started playing a little bit of it, and then Craig shouted, do Lithium, and he played that, and I just went, do Heroin.
Make it look like an accident.
Saw that photo that Craig reposted the other day of that gig that we played. I think it was when we supported Fizzy Blood. There's just a photo of us having the greatest time, and all I could think of was Luke's holding a Guinness in a Coors glass.
Yeah, mate, that is disgusting. That should be putting Guinness into a glass that isn't a Guinness glass should be punishable by death.
You've got standards.
I have got some. Well, I haven't.
You could have returned it.
That's very debatable.
There has been some more bands announced for download. Only a few. Not many. They were announced the other day. Creeper was one of them.
Yeah, Creeper. I can get on board with Creeper. I quite like a couple of
I
their
can't remember if I've ever listened to Creeper. They've played Trees.
I know Kerry King is playing.
Yep. He's
I
been
didn't
announced.
realise Kerry King was doing stuff on his own.
That sounds like somebody from the local estate that you're afraid of.
Kerry King.
Oh, fuck, it's Kerry King. What's wrong with Kerry King?
Kerry
Kerry King? Kerry King! What's wrong with him? He stole me hula hoops.
Yeah. I think, who was it? Soft Play have been announced as well.
Oh, really?
They used to be slaves, didn't they?
Yeah.
They used to be called slaves.
Yeah, they used to be called slaves.
Oh, dear. And that's why they changed their name.
That's very true.
That's just reminded me when we went to go to Trees last year.
They used to be slaves.
What's the fact that you said it and you were just sort of like, didn't they?
I was just so confident about it.
Oh, God. So, yeah. We went to Trees last year and they headlined the first day. And there was a massive uproar about them changing their names because everyone was like, oh, it's too woke. It's like, does it matter, man? They're going to change it. They're still going to play the music. Who gives a fuck?
I think it's some sign of respect as well.
So loads of people were obviously upset about the name change. And I went to use one of the toilets and somebody had drawn something on one side and then drawn the rest of the sentence on the other side. They definitely should have put it together because I read the other half. It just said, bring back slaves. And I was like, let's not. And it said, fuck soft play, bring back slaves. I was like, that needed to be closer together. Cause, yeah, that's not the message, I don't think. That's not the message they wanted, I don't think.
No.
Unless they did. Unless it was two separate statements. Fuck soft play. And while we're at it...
Can I just have your attention for a minute?
Dave actually released a new track recently as well, which
I
heard one of them, somebody was saying that apparently with their previous track, they were worried whether or not people thought they were going a bit too heavy, which should never be a worry anyway. But because the lead singer, I don't know if you know much about softplay, but they're only a two-piece.
Yeah.
And the drummer stands when he plays drums.
I did not know that,
He's
actually.
kick drum to the right and his snare, and he literally just uses his sticks. But he's the singer as well, the drummer, and he has got a side project called Baby Dave, which is just like, it's a bit like, have you listened to Baby Dave?
No, I haven't.
It's a bit like The Streets, sort of not really singing, just sort of talking, but like with the weirdest music in the background as well. And he did a song called Mirror Muscles, which was like ripping into like big bulky guys at the gym.
Guys like me.
Yes. And I think Laurie, the guitarist from Softplay, I think he said something along the lines of, I like that, we should do that. And then they did their version of it, and it's so fucking good. The riff in it's so good. I'll have to play it for you in a bit, because that's...
So, what other bands are you listening to at the minute?
Well, I was being professional about it, and I made some notes.
Oh.
Even I don't make notes.
No, you fucking don't.
I just steal yours every week.
You're that guy that goes, I did write notes, but I just left them at home. Like, nobody can clarify.
No, he don't even say that. He just goes, yeah.
I did the first couple of times when I've left my notes at home, but now I just go, I've got nothing.
Like Ollie was your teacher. It's like, sorry, I left my notes at home.
One day you'll
me
say
dog at him.
I was going to say one day you'll say that.
My dog actually did that to my homework once. And I actually had to go into
Reece,
school and tell
where's
the
your
teacher.
homework?
My mum had to
You're
write
not
a
gonna
letter
believe
and
this.
sign it just so she could be like, look, I know it sounds like he's talking complete shit, but the dog genuinely ate his homework.
Yeah, same thing happened to me actually. It was like textiles homework, like we had to do like weaving or something, like make something out of it. And I did it, and I was like, right, I'll hand that in tomorrow. Left it on the side, dog had it, and it was like half destroyed.
So I handed it in. They were like, "What the fuck's this? You fail."
What's it? It's abstract art.
Yeah. I was like, "No, really." The dog fucking got hold of it, and they were like, "Don't believe that for a second." And my mum actually had to fucking sign something to say, "No, he's telling the truth."
Imagine going in after like doing your your cooking class. You go, "Did you bring your homework?" "Nah." "Let me guess, your dog ate it." "No, I did." But I can tell you, it was good. But yeah, so one of the bands I briefly mentioned to you, a band called Guerrilla Warfare, not like Mighty Joe Young Gorilla, like Guerrilla Tactics.
Yeah.
They're. I don't know if they're doing anything at the minute. They're still active on social media, but I just randomly discovered them the other day, and it's basically like at this generation's Rage Against the Machine. They are incredible, and the drummer is the vocalist. And he basically raps as well. It's mad. I watched a video of him playing the other day, and it was mind-boggling. I tried to mouth the words to our songs when we used to play live, and it would fuck me over.
It puts you off time.
But yeah, so I don't know how he does it. I'll if you pop one,
Yeah,
I'll
put it
pop
on.
you a song. I'll pop you a song.
I used to be slave.
I'd say Run It Back.
I've got to say, I fucking love the song name Vanilla Paste.
That's not actually their track. That was an amalgamation of about 5 different bands. I think it's Motionless in White.
Oh, really?
I think. I don't know how you find that out. If you click the 3 dots, it might say View Artists, I think, maybe. Chelsea Grin. Totally wrong. Chelsea Grin, Fire from the Gods, Tala, and Guerrilla Warfare, which is a bit of a cocktail. Yeah, if you play Run It Back, I'll give you the headphones because I've already heard it.
I definitely feel the Rage Against the
Yeah,
Machine.
I was going to say serious rage vibes going on,
I
man.
feel like it's Rage Against the Machine with slightly more hardcore
Yeah,
edges
definitely.
as well.
A little bit more modern.
Yeah.
They did a song called BBB, which I think stands for Blue Blood Bleeds, and it's literally just basically saying that they fucking hate the police. And halfway through the song, he goes on like a 45-second rant about how much he hates the police, and it just kicks back in again.
That sounds very straight from the path.
Yeah,
It does, yeah.
So they're one of my go-to bands at the minute, and a band called Fox Lake. Which
Fox, like, yeah, I think you mentioned them before, actually.
I
When
think
I spoke to you in the week.
they're not massive, but they're touring at the minute, so they're definitely still active. They're very good. They've got a good song. If you put Dog Eat Dog on, that's a very good song.
I'm getting some straight from the path vibes again, man. This is sick. I think I've heard this before.
Yeah, you probably have. I think it's the most popular track. They actually did a song with, like Moths To Flames.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
On the same album. Very good.
So I'm getting a fucking mix of like Straight from the Path and like the Bronx from this.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this down as a hardcore band. I'm getting
Yeah.
hardcore vibe
Yeah.
from this.
I would say hardcore, but
Yeah.
there's people out there that be like, oh, no.
This is very good. I'm gonna have to seriously check them out.
Yeah, they're really good. They've got a lot of very good tunes.
I'm adding that to my life songs.
I've got a few bands I'm listening to, but I don't want to take up the whole podcast by going on about them.
Well, you're the guest, mate. That's why we brought you on. So
Uh,
believe it or not,
I'll
you
mention
ain't got a
one
fucking
more.
choice.
Unity TX. I don't know if you ever listened.
I have heard of Unity TX, yeah.
I know you're a massive fan, and when we went to Sheffield to see Landscapes, you made me listening to them the whole way.
It's some of their stuff. The earlier stuff's a little bit hardcore, but the latest album's a bit new metal, and there's a lot of rapping in it. But he does a lot of screaming as well. Very, very hard to try and define one. But yeah, I found them because I was going to watch D's Nuts last year, and they were supposed to be touring with Kublai Khan, and they had to rearrange it. Then Kublai Khan couldn't make it anymore, so they brought in Unity TX. You know, when you're just like, oh, I'm going to this gig, I might as well check out the other
Yeah,
artists.
yeah.
And by the end of listening to them, I was like, I'm looking forward to watching these more than D's Nuts now. And they played at the Asylum, which isn't a great venue. I'm not a massive fan.
I find that venue very hit and miss. Like 1 week it's good, and then the next week, I think it entirely depends on who the engineer is there. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
not that I know any of the engineers there. I just
D's Nuts sounded decent. Unity TX were great, but Acacia Strain were on as well, and they're very good.
Acacia Strain are great.
But
Have you ever listened to Acacia?
I have
You
listened to
couldn't
Acacia
hear
Strain.
a lot of what was going on. All you could hear is like the cymbals. It was really annoying because I rediscovered, because they were added onto the set as well. I thought, oh my god, I haven't listened to them in years. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna reignite my love for Acacia Strain. So I got into some of the newer stuff. I was like, can't wait to hear this song. And all I looked at it was, and I was like, I think I know that one.
Talking of Kublai Khan, you mentioned them. They've released a new track last week.
I was going to bring that up as well.
Give it a spin then.
Luke here isn't a massive fan of Kublai Khan, but it is my mission to fucking convert him.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
Have you heard the new song at all? It's called Low Tech.
This is the one where it's like, monkey see, monkey do.
No, that's a few months old now. That is a fucking banger, though. I don't. For someone who likes what you like, I don't understand how you can't like them. I love them.
Fucking with the intro, I love the pauses.
Yeah. They're just... A lot of their stuff's quite simplistic.
Mm.
Like, not too flashy. Like,
Yeah.
with the drum beat. Like, a lot of the drum beats are really simplistic. It really, really serves the song.
Yeah.
But it's just... It goes so hard.
Oh,
Watching them live is... I've only ever been able to see them once so far, but fucking hell, they are good.
Yeah. As you say, the drum beat's simplistic, but he's like, I'm going to fucking smack the shit out of that snare.
He plays like proper less is more as well. He hasn't got a rack tom or anything. He only uses a floor tom and just like a couple of cymbals and that. He's also
Sick.
apparently one of the composers, Isaac Lamb.
Oh shit, yeah.
What are you thinking?
It's alright.
What is it about him you don't like? Is it the vocals?
I think
you
it
can't
might
get
be
on
his
board
voice, you know.
with?
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
But
He's
not
also-
that just because I don't like them doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad band. They are a very, very good band. I just can't get into them.
I think vocals can make or break it though, because
Yeah.
like you were saying a couple of episodes ago about Lorna Shaw, that's the main reason I can't really get into him. Just not really a fan of the vocals.
Yeah.
Like he's not shit. Obviously, he's actually quite the opposite because he can.
Yeah, you can really,
do
really
some
put it
shit
out
with
there,
his
can't
voice,
you?
But it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
I find out of a lot of hardcore stuff, I find with Kublai Khan, like the vocals are a lot deeper than, or a lot lower pitched than a lot of other
it's
stuff I'm used to.
It's very different.
Yeah. And that doesn't bother me, but it could bother other people,
Yeah.
so.
He's also got one of the coolest fucking names ever. His name's Matt Honeycutt.
I've been listening to a solo artist. His name's Foghorn Leghorn. No. So, when we did the first episode, we were talking about a band called Flesh Creep. But I felt that in our first episode, obviously, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were probably not doing as well as we're doing now. But maybe I felt like I didn't get what I wanted to say across very well about Flesh Creep. And with that being said, I'm going to talk about them again because they've bought out a full-length record, and I will put my hand up and say it's the best thing I've listened to in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's fucking incredible. From track 1 to the last track, it's just 45 minutes of powerful hardcore. It's fucking class. I'm going to play a few tracks from it. I'm going to play a couple of my favourite tracks, not just one. I know we normally just do one and then move on to the next band.
Yeah.
But people need to be fucking listening to this band, mate, because
I'm keen because I don't think I've ever actually listened to him.
They are seriously one of the most hard-working young bands at the minute. They're fucking unreal. The album's called We Need You to Bleed. So I want you to play the first track. The first track is called Gold.
So it'll come out 21st of March.
Because I did enjoy the couple of tracks you showed me in that first episode. Looking far on all cylinders there.
You know whose vocals remind me of? Do you remember George Noble from Your Demise?
Yeah.
Very much so, yeah. I can see
I
that.
loved that guy.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that studio when it was being recorded, because I don't know what happened. Like, they must have gone in and fucking fought demons and come out the other end with a fucking great album, because this is incredible, mate. I had this on full blast in my car on the way over here, and I was punching the fucking roof and everything. It was,
Might want to get that looked at.
yeah, maybe.
I got it. The dent sounds right off.
He didn't have a sunroof before, but he does now.
Yeah.
It's just fucking incredible, mate. They're honestly, they're one of the most hard-working bands I've met, and just amplified by the fact that they're all fucking cool people.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because, you know, I'm not necessarily friends with them. I'm not saying it because I like the guys, you know, I've met them a few times. I think they're a genuinely really hard-working band. They're nice guys, man, and they deserve success. It's so cool.
Where are they from?
Birmingham.
Are they Birmingham?
Yeah.
But if you go down to a track called False Flag, this is probably my favourite off the album. But it's only a short one, but this is probably my favourite, mate.
To be fair, they're all pretty short tracks. They're like 2 minutes 2, 2 minutes
Yeah.
6, 1:50.
I get it, but that's like a proper hardcore vibe, though. Isn't
Yeah.
Funky vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they decided we're gonna fucking go fire on all cylinders for just over a minute and then move on to the next one.
Just like keeping it short, man. Get to the point, say what you want to say, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
It's class.
Yeah, sometimes less is more. Like trying to stretch a song out when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like Foo Fighters did that quite a lot, but it works because they're such a they make so many anthems, like absolute bangers, that you don't mind that it keeps going and going.
Yeah.
But with some songs, you just think, look, we've done what we don't need to do now. Just call it.
So what's your thoughts on this one? On George Floyd?
I do like it.
I can see this one's your favourite.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Gritty.
Yeah, it's very good.
So the next track, Insect Politics, is featuring Short Straw and Evie Fresher, both. Well, I think Short Straw might be from Coventry. Evie Fresher's also from Birmingham, I believe.
Okay, sick.
I can't remember the name of Evie's band.
Yeah. Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn, that's it, yeah. Her voice sounds so familiar.
Slutmaid. It's Slutmaid.
Is it?
Yeah, I've seen Slutmaid before. They're a fucking cool band, man.
That's where I recognise it.
If you ever see them on a local show, they're worth checking out. Yeah, they're fucking cool.
I like the riffs in this. It's
Yeah,
simple
definitely.
but effective.
I think it's really cool that they've got some local artists on it as well, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, boys, fucking 10 out of 10, man.
No, definitely. No, so we need you to bleed by Flesh Creep. Come out 21st of March, new album. I do normally any new music we talk about. I normally put it links in the description of the YouTube video. So yeah, there'll be a link there if you want to check it out. I implore you to check it out. This is sick.
I have just remembered there is another release that I don't know how recent it is. It's recent, but I don't know if it was weeks ago or what. Comeback Kid
Ah, I fucking love Comeback Kid.
have come back. Yeah, they did.
Have you ever seen the music video for I think it's Heavy Steps. It's a birthday party. And it's like, and now guys, one of your favourite bands, Come Back Kid. It's like, it's Come Back Kid, Dad.
No, I haven't seen that.
Come Back Kid.
Yeah, they released an EP. If you
We spoke about it a few
did,
weeks
yeah.
ago. Yeah.
did you?
Yeah. Well, we're not the EP. We spoke about a couple of tracks, man. But by all means, tell us your thoughts.
I love it. It's because they're proper. They've been going for a while now, haven't they?
Yeah, I think
Long
I
time.
think Waking the Dead. I think that was 2004.
5, 4, 5. Yeah, they've been around for a good 20 years.
Easy.
Yeah, the EP's called Trouble in, not just Trouble. The first track, Trouble in the Winner's Circle. That's it. Have a listen to that.
To be fair, like this has obviously come out after we last spoke about him. 15th of March just come out.
That's definitely a riff that I'd like. It's got me written all over it. That has.
Yeah, it's good. Isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, I think their last album was fucking mint as well. I don't think there's one bad track on that album before.
To be fair, I feel like Comeback Kid is a band that obviously I do listen to now and again, and I haven't really listened to them much, and I need to listen to them more.
Yeah, this EP made me realise that I need to get back into them.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even listened to their last album.
This is a good fucking song.
It's good, isn't it? The music video is quite funny as well because they were playing inside a fishbowl.
Oh, they actually. Sharp Tone Records as well. This is a tell you what, Sharp Tone have fucking found some good bands recently.
Holding Absence from Sharp Tone.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Don Broker are on Sharp Tone. Or were on Sharp Tone.
Old Abson's still going.
They're very good. They're on tour with Sleeping with Sirens? Or going on tour with Sleeping with Sirens?
Holding Absence, yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that's something I have on my list, yeah, because they've just announced it's an anniversary tour for their album. Let's Cheers to This. That's the one.
I remember. Do you remember when that came out?
Yeah.
Me and you, we listened to the shit out of
Oh
it.
yeah, I think a lot of people did. Something like that, yeah. It might be 15. It might be 15. To be fair, it didn't say like 20th, 15th, or whatever anniversary. It just said anniversary. I didn't bother doing the math.
One. It came out last year.
Yeah, they just thought of an excuse. It's actually been 18 months and 6 days.
Yeah,
So we thought we'd celebrate it.
yeah. We just need some money, so we're doing a tour.
I remember when I first discovered them, and it was their first album.
Mate, the thing is, right,
loved that album.
that first album's incredible. I mean, I still listen to it regularly now. Right?
What was the track? What was the track that went like viral on that? Was it? I'm James
I'm
Dean.
James Dean, you're Audrey Hepburn.
That's the one, yeah.
Stay for tonight.
At that sort of time, for some reason, I had this weird sort of love for bands where the singers basically just sounded like women.
You were a very different person back then as well, mate.
That sounded really dark. You're a different man.
You had hair.
You did.
I did.
You had extremely long hair.
I did. I basically had hair just like Kellen Quinn. Do you ever remember the Sleeping with Sirens and Bring Me the Horizon feud? It was a weird sort of feud between Kellen Quinn and Ollie Sykes because I can't remember how it happened. I just remember, I think Sleeping with Sirens brought out an album where the album cover was just a feather, And not long before that, or not long after that, Ollie Sykes got a feather tattooed on his face, and Kellyn Quinn was just ripping into him, going, "Oh, thanks, man, for getting our album artwork tattooed on your face." Just really just like poking him, like.
So Ollie's like, no, I just really like chickens.
Just really like Foghorn Leghorn.
Thank fucking God you swallowed that before spitting all over the mic.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to move on to some other new releases. Wage War released a new single.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I saw Wage War.
I don't know if I've ever heard Wage War.
Really?
It was down. Remember, it was downloaded.
Yeah.
16.
We
Yeah.
we didn't know who they were. We just like, we'll go check these out. And do you remember that guy that was like 9 foot tall, and he had a shirt on that said "Pit Troll," and he was crowd surfing over like teenagers.
No, MAGNETEC new single come out March 21st. I'll put it on for you.
Yeah, it's advertisement.
That's giving Architects vibes.
Mm.
Not anymore.
Not digging it, mate.
Yeah.
Not for me.
I'll be honest.
No,
Not what I thought Wage War would sound like.
This
Their
is
older-
very different.
their older
Oh, is
stuff
it?
was actually a lot better.
If you put on Young Blood on the first album,
I was going to say The River, but all right.
I think every band ever has made a song called The River.
So this is my favourite Wage War track.
Personally, I feel like if it works for them, fair enough. But I feel like Wage War have changed their sound quite a bit, and I don't feel it works for them very well. But if they feel it works for them, then fair enough. I'm not going to knock them for it.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad song.
No, it's not bad. I just feel like it don't live up to their old stuff. But I'm not going to knock them for it because they want to try new things, and there's nothing wrong with
It's
that.
always a gamble because so many there's going to be people. There's going to be 3 different people. People who like it. People like us who are like, nah, not really feeling it. And then people are like, oh, what did you change?
Yeah.
Like, basically, 90% of Architects fans, when they did something slightly less heavy,
Yeah.
everyone was like, oh, remember old Architect?
You got to think as well, if you're playing for like 15 to 20 years, you evolve. You don't want to play exactly the same stuff. Or, you change and then 5 years later you might go, now we're going to go back to our roots because we're no longer sick of playing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And when you have to play a certain album over and over on tour, year after year,
Yeah, you want to try something.
you're going to get bored of it. I mean, when we were in a band, I got sick of one of our songs. I think we only ever played it 10 times. So imagine playing like the same song 150 times. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you're like, I don't even like it anymore. Architects removed one of their albums from Spotify.
I think the whole idea of making music as well is to stay creative, isn't it? If you're writing the same stuff all the time, you're gonna get bored, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're gonna. It's about pushing yourself and being an artist and being creative.
Yeah.
And if you're writing the same stuff over and over and over again just to please people,
Yeah.
you're probably doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword as well because if you try and please the fans and go, oh, let's keep playing metalcore, for example, you're then going to get people going, oh, it's just the same old shit. You go, oh, okay, we'll try something new. Don't like it, it's shit. Well, wow.
We'll go back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You fucking make the music then.
And I suppose if you're playing one genre and you absolutely fucking love it and you don't want to change it, then fair enough. Nothing wrong with that either. So.
One thing I was going to bring up was, I mentioned it to you guys earlier, so you could have a little think. Name 3 bands that if you could get them to reform, who would it be? Just so you could go see them live again. Not people who are dead though.
It's a really difficult one. I would love for them to get back together. Foghorn Leghorn. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
There's got to be a band out there called Foghorn Leghorn.
I'm going to look it on Spotify.
That's our new band name.
Foghorn Leghorn.
I'm going to search it.
This next track is called I Say.
There you go.
Artist Foghorn Leghorn. Could have got a song called Cry Wank.
They're called Forlorn Leghorn.
23 monthly listeners. I think they're a country band.
Yeah. Some sort of acoustic act, anyway.
I'll be honest, it's very chill. I'm not getting that vibe of the song that's on the same album that says "Shut Your Face."
I was not expecting it.
Neither was I.
Nope. How long ago was this released?
Have a look.
Oh.
2013. It's quite old.
They had an album a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, not what I thought it was going to be like.
This is when I play something off the album and it's just fucking brutal.
Yeah, this is just like just a parody track.
Anyway, thank you to Foghorn Leghorn for sponsoring this episode.
He used to be a slave.
I knew that was going to come up at some point.
Fuck's sake.
Jesus. So, 3 bands that you would like to
Well,
reform so you could go see him again.
on my list, one of them is definitely lower than Atlantis.
Oh yeah, they were good. Gutted I never actually got to see them. I'd love to. Well, to be honest, main reason I'd want to see him is probably the same reason as you.
Eddie
Just to
Thrower.
see Eddie Thrower.
Yeah.
Because he's
Well, you can if you want to see Eddie Thrower, just go and watch Busted.
not quite the same.
No.
Although, well, actually, no. To be honest, he still plays exactly the same. Still chucks a cheeky little fill in and just
Yeah.
blows your tits off.
Who do you reckon's a better drummer? Eddie Thrower or Chris from Oceans Out Alaska?
Difficult because they're very different.
Yeah.
I'd say just about Chris,
Yeah, I'd probably say Chris.
but Eddie's better with like the rudiments and stuff.
They are
and
two completely different style
Yeah.
of drummers there.
Eddie's.
I
Just
think it would be unfair to
funky.
make them compete against each other. But
Like, yeah, because Chris is the thing that a lot of people like love about Chris is his footwork because he's like absolutely demonic with it. Whereas Eddie's a single pedal drummer, isn't he? So he's more about like all the fills and cymbal
Yeah,
work
tricklets.
And,
Yeah.
So
ghost notes and stuff.
that would be fun to see them have a drum off. Though.
Yeah, it would be very fun.
It'd be very interesting, but on each other's kits.
Yeah,
Swap
can
them
you
over,
imagine?
That would be interesting.
Eddie Thrower's got that weird splash cymbal thing in it. It looks like it's been cut up to pieces. And
Oh,
every
yeah,
time,
it
every
looks
time
like
he does
a-
it,
yeah.
the spy every time he
Looks
does
like
it,
a
like
spinning
jumps up.
Catherine
Yeah, yeah.
Well, number 2 then. Who would you go for?
I don't know, it's hard to say.
It's fair. My problem with this question is every band I can think of that I would love to see live again split up because one of the fucking members was like a nonce or something, and that makes me think I'd love them to get back together just without them.
Yeah, so one of mine is Milk Teeth.
I would
that's a good one.
cry
which,
if Milk Teeth
which
got
they
that
did
shit.
have somebody that they had to remove from the band, but by the end of
They'd
by the end of it,
already got on with their
they
lives
had
after
the
that.
best lineup they ever had.
Yeah, yeah.
They went from a 4-piece to a 3-piece. Changed the drum. I mean, the original drummer was absolutely fucking.
Did you
shit
watch
hot
them at
anyway.
Trees with me when they were in the cave?
Was it the cave?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. They were really good then. That
Yeah,
was
they
a,
were
that was a
very
really
good.
good show.
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, their original drummer was shit hot anyway, but he moved on, and then when they got the guitarist in, and then their new drummer, their lineup was just top fucking form, and then COVID fucking
Ruined
ruined
everybody's
it for
lives.
them, which fucking sucks. But yeah, they had some absolute bangers, so that'd be one for me. The other one, which I said to you when I tell you, is going to make you go fucking too right. Japanese voyeurs.
Ah, mate, yes, I would fucking hell.
They were very fucking good. Very different and weird because she had a very sort of high pitched voice, but it was so fucking good. Milk Teeth. yeah. Weirdly, that's where Milk Teeth got the name
Yeah,
from.
it was a fucking great band.
I don't know if you've ever heard them.
I don't think I have. No.
You want to give them a
very-
little, you might like them actually.
They're very good. It's one of those things where you're not expecting a vocal, so you have to sort of give it a minute for you to get used to it because you hear the music and go, "Oh, that's quite heavy," and then she sings and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Is it what's their track? Oh, is it Big Cheese?
Double cheese.
Double Cheese.
Yeah.
That's a track.
They had a few really cool tracks. I don't think they ever did anything more than one album.
Yeah.
I think they probably could reform, although I think she went on to be a model. I could be making that up. She might be a plumber for all I know.
It's fair. The only 2 bands I can think of, I've got 2 bands now who I would like to reform. Let Live.
Oh, yeah, fucking Let Live.
I mean, I know.
I
Jess,
remember you were a very big fan
I
of Let Live.
fucking loved
I
Let
remember
Live.
the first time we saw Let Live.
Yeah. Fucking. I can't remember who they were supporting.
Enter Shikari.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Pretty good line.
I think we.
It was Your Demise, Let Live, and Enter Shikari in the same show. Birmingham O2 Academy, 2011.
Sick show.
Unpopular opinion, Your Demise were better with George.
I won't disagree with you, but I like both of Your Demise.
Yeah, I'm the same. To be fair.
To be honest, I preferred his vocals, but that album, Ignorance Never Dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great album. But no, I know like Jason Allen Butler went on to make Fever 333. They're quite good, but I feel like it's just not obviously not the same as Let Live, and I fucking love to Let Live. The other band, 10 After 2.
10 After 2.
Yeah.
Like, I remember really liking a few of their tracks off that album they released back in like 2010, and then they just never released anything else.
I would like to see Of Mice and Men with Austin Carlisle.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good reform.
I was going to say I would like to see another band reform, but I'm pretty sure they have, but with a different guitarist because he's not
Predator.
No, I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he passed away. But
feel bad.
Shields.
I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, I've never.
You never listened to Shields? Oh, mate, I've got to show you. But you're going to have to go onto YouTube because the track I want to show you is not on Spotify.
I Just Feel Hate by Shields.
Yeah, I dig this. It's like 10 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sick though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very good. You can tell when it was as well, just by the ear stretches and the hair.
And
And,
everyone's got sleeves rolled up.
yeah,
I still fucking do all that.
the music.
You're
video
trapped
as well.
in the fucking past, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's why.
I'm not ashamed of that.
Still plays a PS3, man.
Yeah, that's very good.
It is really that fucking early 2010s post-hardcore, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the last one for me is Silverchair.
Silverchair.
I would love for them to reform, but I know that the vocalist Daniel Johns, I think he just hit a point where he was like, "I'm just bored of playing that music now,"
Mm.
which is fair enough. I don't know if have you ever heard Silverchair?
No, I've heard of them, but I haven't.
It's
heard
basically
Does
like
he do his bored of playing that music? Does that mean he's like started something else or?
yeah. So they split up.
Oh, I know. He's in a band called
They did a couple. He did a couple of projects. One of them was called
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yes, that was it. No, he did do
With
a couple of
24
other
monthly
projects.
listeners on Spotify.
They were like Australia's answer to Nirvana. They did. If you put Silverchair Freak on, it doesn't sound like Nirvana. It just sounds very Nirvana influenced. And they did their first 4 albums were all very good, and then the 5th album they tried something different, which sort of, as it always is, goes either way. I'm gonna put the headphones on anyway because I just fucking love it.
I swear I know who that is on the fucking album artwork as well.
What, that kid?
Yeah. I swear he was like...
It's Reece.
I don't think that is.
I swear it was some guy who obviously...
Well, obviously it's a guy.
he had, I swear it's the same person. He had like a fucking deformity in his hands and he was like called the Lobster Boy. Because he just had
To
a
be fair, it's
finger and
called
a
Freak
thumb.
Show, so they've probably got influence from some
Yeah.
sort of like old school
And then
travelling
I swear
circus or something.
I swear when he got older, he fucking killed a load of people and was like a serial killer or something.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
He's sat at home now with his hands going, that's not true.
I used to love the alternative audio podcast, but now they're slandering me.
Fuck this! I'm gonna go listen to some Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, they did their first album, that one with Tomorrow and Israel Sun on. They were all 15 when it was made, and that song then they were 17 when that was made. But I think by the time they released their 3rd album, they weren't even in their 20s yet.
Yeah.
And it was like mid-90s, so it was very much the era for it. But yeah, I'd love for them to get back together and just play some of the classics.
Last band that just popped into my head, Slaves to Gravity.
You listen to that?
Yes.
Incredible. So yeah, they
Really good
split up after their second album, and I swear, frontman, can't remember his name now. He's the touring guitarist for Feeder.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Feeder, man. What a band. I love Feeder.
Anyway, it's now April.
Mm-hmm.
Soon it'll be May.
We do this every fucking week.
We fucking do. 2,000 Trees. That's the only one we haven't really covered.
I'm not feeling that this year.
I'm not massively
It's
feeling
the
it.
first time I haven't gone for like nearly 4 years.
Yeah.
It's the same for me. We think between the two of us, we've both been consistently since
I've
20. Well, you've been since like 2016, haven't you?
2016 was the first year I went.
Yeah.
I've been going since 2018, and then this is the first year where I've just sort of gone, I'm not really into it.
Nice.
There's bands that
I still think there are some good bands on the lineup. It's just for me, there aren't enough bands that I want to see for me to justify paying the money for it.
there's a few bands that when I look at a festival lineup, I look for all the bands that I really want to see, and then and then I look at the bands where I go, if I get a chance and they're not clashing, I'll watch them.
Yeah.
And it's just full of bands where I go, I mean, if I'm there, I'll watch, but I'm not dying to see them. I think the only band on there that I was genuinely interested in seeing was Grove Street.
I would love to see Grove Street, fabulous. Do we get a line of pub? Let's have a look.
See if there's anything you recognise. I recognise Boston Manor.
I've seen Boston Manor a few times.
Cody Frost is a very good artist.
Oh, Foghorn Leghorn.
Could you imagine if they were actually on it?
I'd buy a ticket then.
Oh, yeah.
I'd get a ticket for sure. Yeah, Cody Frost, she's very good. She did a song with Enter Shikari a couple of years ago.
Really?
I don't know if you ever heard it. It was called Bull. The whole music video was in a chip shop. It was really funny.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that
she's,
does sound cool.
She's very cool.
I remember playing with a band called Tusk, and they did a music video in a toilet in a pub. Right, somebody had took a shit in the urinal the day before. And then you can they're shooting this music video, and all you can see is this fucking turd in the urinal.
Asking how he knows that there was a shit in that urinal.
Because I went to a pub in Stoke, and I took a shit in the urinal.
You ever done that?
No,
Yeah, I mean,
not that I'm willing to admit on camera. Anyway,
what else we got? Dead Pony. They're a very good
Dead
band.
Pony are a very good band.
I missed
Death
them
from
last year.
Death from Above, 1979, are a great band. They give me Queens of the Stone Age vibes, but their layout, they've got like a bit of a royal blood thing going on, because I swear it's just a bassist and a drummer.
Oh, right.
As
Well,
December
that's good.
Falls, I recognise them.
They're from Nottingham, I think.
Yeah.
Wargasm. They're so good.
Yeah, Wargasm.
Definitely a very...
The more I look at it, the more I want to go, actually.
Wargasm are a very sort of particular cup of tea. They're very Prodigy sort of influence, I think. They are very... They did a song with Ed Shikari as well, and that was an absolute banger. Creeper have played a few times. Frank Turner was a headliner one year.
I think he's been a headliner about 3 or 4 times.
Not a massive fan myself.
No.
Frank Turner was very good at download. The download pilot.
Yes.
I didn't necessarily want to go and see him because I hadn't really listened to him, but I went with Mitch. Obviously Mitch is a massive Frank Turner fan.
Frank Turner's definitely Mitch's cup of tea.
I went with Mitch, and it's very, very, very entertaining. I was quite impressed with him actually.
Angel Dust.
Oh, Better Lovers.
Yeah, Better Lovers, man.
Yeah, fucking hell.
You know who Better Lovers are, right? Oh, you don't know who Better Lovers are? So Better Lovers are the remaining members of Every Time I Die. Will Putney.
Oh, okay, I might have to give them a go.
And the vocalist from Dillinger Escape Plan.
Ooh, definitely gonna have to give them a go.
Yeah, we'll play you a bit. We'll go through this and we'll play you a bit.
I love the vocalist from... I mean, I like Dillinger Escape Plan anyway, but his vocals are so good. Fucking mental as well. You ever seen the live videos? Looks like he's having a seizure while he's playing.
You fucking download. He cut his fucking head open on the stage.
Absolutely. He's built like a brick shit house.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
massive. He's got a really cool mustache as well.
Yeah.
Talking of mental cases, well, I think it was downloaded last year. Fucking, obviously, Jason Allen Butler, Fever 333.
Yeah.
Fucking climbing the fucking, like, racking, the scaffolding or whatever it is.
Yeah. Like, do you remember the year that... I think it might have been 2014. It might have been like Aerosmith, because Aerosmith have the walkway through the crowd at Download, don't they?
Yeah.
Lost Taylor from While She Sleeps, like ran to the end, jumped on the sound desk, and started climbing the outside of the sound desk. And the security guard was like, "No, please don't do that." Oh, fuck it, he's gone.
Yeah. That's basically what Jason Allen Butler did. Fucking, I think it was last year, and there was pictures going all over, and he was at the top of it, just sort of screaming his head off, going mad, performing. And I was looking at it thinking, I mean, it's not exactly like a flat surface. He could just easily slip and fall about fucking, 12 stories?
I just think he was up there like, yeah.
Chris Jericho as well from Fozzy did it. Like, you remember the wrestler Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's in a band called Fozzy. He did it at Download one year as well, like climbed the outside racking of the sound tower.
Bit off topic, just because you mentioned them. How fucking good are Aerosmith?
I love Aerosmith. I love Aerosmith.
There's certain bands that, like, you know, all the, like, for example, like Rolling Stones. Everyone loves them.
Yeah.
For me, they're a band where I'm like, never really been into them.
No,
Aerosmith.
I'm not necessarily bothered.
fucking
Rolling Stones are one of them bands that I like some of the old stuff, like a couple of tracks and like the really old stuff, and then that's it.
Like, they're obviously very good. There's a reason everyone loves them.
Yeah.
But just never really vibed with them. But Aerosmith, I love them so much. I love Steve Tyler.
Crying, the song Crying.
Yeah.
Like that's a song that I'll actually just fucking sing along to in the car and fucking proper belt it out. I love it.
Banger after banger.
Yeah.
Don Broco. I actually said a couple of years ago they would be a perfect headliner for Trees.
Might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that's not their first time headlining this festival.
You might not, but they probably did headline, but before I'd ever gone. But I think it was 2019 when we were trying to guess who was going to who was going to headline. I really thought they would.
I would love to see Biffy Clyro headline this. I don't think they ever will. I think they're far
Yeah.
too big, but I
Yeah.
would love to see Biffy Clyro.
They'd
headline
go
that.
down well at that festival as
Yeah.
well.
I think it would sell out if they fucking did that, to be fair.
One member of Biffy Clyro is playing the Friday though. Empire State Bastard.
Empire State
Ah,
Bastard. Do you know who that is?
Fucking-
Empire State Bastard.
No, I don't actually.
So it's Simon Neil and the drummer from Slayer.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh, I
his
remember
name.
you fucking telling me
Dave something,
previously,
Dave,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? It's not their current drummer, is it?
No. They Empire State Bastard has to be one of the best band names I've ever heard.
Easy.
A lot of bands on there I'm not massively aware of. Blood Command, I swear I've heard them.
That's a great name.
Palm Reader, that's going to be there. That's
Palm Reader, mate.
It's one of the last
I am
shows, isn't it?
Fucking. Are they splitting up?
Mm.
Oh.
Didn't we watch them in Sheffield?
Yeah.
On that big,
They
yeah,
were
they
really
were
good.
so good. They were
It
so
was.
good. The main selling point for me when you said you had a spare ticket was that Feed the Rhino were playing,
Yeah.
and then when I saw the headliner was Devil Sold His Soul, mate, what a blast from the past.
Do you know how much tickets were for that?
No.
So obviously it was a memorial for a
Yeah.
lad that had passed away. But
Is it Dead Hands drummer?
yeah, I believe so. And Allen. But by the way, not Dead Hands. It's
They had the word dead in the name, right? Didn't they?
fucking yeah. Dead said something, but I'd never listened to them.
Right, so Dead.
They were fucking good, weren't they?
Yeah, they were very. To be honest, every band that played then was very good. Palm Reader were very good, but Devil Sold His Soul, they were fucking incredible. They were so good. They were eating at the same restaurant as us.
They were.
We went to a restaurant. You ever been to a restaurant called Bill's?
I thought you were about to say, you ever been to a restaurant?
Have you ever been to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I have,
it's called Bill's,
Bills, right.
and for some reason, we just kept going, can we speak to Bill, please? I'd like to speak to Bill.
It's like you fucking going to Greg's.
asking to speak to Greg. Mate, I fucking bought this sandwich from Greg's once when I was in Birmingham, like fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was so stale. And I took it back and I went, she went, "You're right." And I went, "This is stale as fuck." And I went, "I want to speak to Greg." And she went, "Greg's dead."
That day at that gig, because that was the first gig, I don't know if it was the same for you, but that was the first gig I'd gone to after lockdown.
Yeah, it was.
And it was a
one
really
of my
good
first
one
gigs.
to
At the
get
Lead
thrown
Mill in
back into.
Sheffield.
Say again?
At the Lead Mill in Sheffield.
Yeah, great venue as well.
Wow.
That was a really good gig. Yeah, Palm Reader, I swear they're splitting up,
Mm.
which is
I hope
really
not.
sad because
That's
they
good.
are very, very good.
Their last album is banging as well, man. It's fucking. I'll play you a track. Have you ever listened to it, man?
No.
I'll play you a track in a minute. It's one of my most listened to tracks on my
Yeah,
Spotify,
same.
I think.
Don't you like Single Mothers as well? They're
Oh, I
playing?
fucking love Single Mothers.
I bet you do.
The band ain't too bad either, mate.
Other bands I recognise, Caskets, Static Dress.
I've just spotted a band on there which is making me think we should probably rethink our band name. Underneath
Yeah.
Ground
Oh,
Sun.
well, we've got a new band name.
Foghorn Leghorn.
No. Horde of Bastards.
Oh yeah, Horde of Bastards.
That's a pretty good name, actually.
So funny. King Nun. That's a fucking great band name.
That is cool.
I was going to say, I thought it was two bands, one called King and one called Nun, but
I wouldn't mind checking out Grandson because I've heard they've got quite a good live show.
Glad you're on about the band. 'Cause
I wouldn't mind checking out your Grandson.
I can't even read that one. Like,
Clit Drip.
yeah, I was thinking Clit Drip.
Very odd, but very good from what I vaguely remember. I
Yeah.
was very smashed when I heard them. Fucking
Nova Twins I've heard
disgusting
of.
Nova Twins are cool. Nova Twins have got a tune with Bring Me
Yeah, they have,
Horizon.
yeah. That's where I recognise them from, yeah.
name. Bob Villain. Fucking
Ah, he's class, isn't he?
brilliant.
Yeah, he's class.
Yeah.
So good. I hate the. You know, it's sod's law. It's like a rite of passage. You get way too fucked up on the first day of a festival.
Easy. Especially, mate, last time we went to Trees, we pulled up in the car park. I got a beer out of my car at 8 o'clock in the morning, cracked it open, looked you dead in the eyes and went, "I'm going to apologise now because in about an hour's time, I'm going to be a fucking liability."
Oh, that crate didn't make it past the queue. By
No.
the time we'd opened it in the queue, it was gone by the time we got through.
By the time, mate, I couldn't talk by the time I got through the queue.
And last year, I got really, really fucked up on the Thursday. And I was really excited to go watch Bob Villain and Kid Capici.
Kid Capici.
And then afterwards, I went to go watch a solo artist called Hannah Gray, which is definitely worth checking out. And I vaguely remember going to watch her afterwards, steaming, watching her basically on my own because Liam and Chris were just in the background, just chilling. And I was leaning against a tree. And they thought I was just leaning because I was all chilled out. I was leaning against the tree because I couldn't stand up. I was watching all of that.
I think it's first day of a festival, like, because you're taking all of your fucking gear and you're knackered, and then you start drinking, and because you're knackered, you get pissed so much.
You don't
quicker.
realise how much of a fucking workout it is without getting, especially like down it with the car parks, like fucking
8 miles
Yeah,
away.
it's
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, it's
Yorkshire.
way worse
Like-
down.
Yeah.
Because with
the
trees,
arena's in fucking Derbyshire, the fucking car parks in fucking
Hereford.
Leicestershire. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
In fact, one of the fucking reasons I made such good friends with Joe and Steve is like I camped next to him and I was like, "Oh, Brill, can I borrow your wheelbarrow?" They had a fucking wheelbarrow with them, so I was like, "I'm taking that to the car."
Do you remember Trees 2022, which is by far the best year we went? We borrowed Alfie's trolley, and then when we came back with all our stuff, we said, "Cheers, Alf. It's broke now."
It was. It was
Because the wheels at
Remember
the
I
front
sat
just
on the
collapsed.
back and it just went.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That was
What do you reckon is the most fucked up you've ever been at a festival?
that
When I'm-
day
You reckon?
because I was told that I did watch Bob Vylan, but I don't remember watching Bob Vylan or Kid Capici. And sometimes, you know, for me, I don't normally forget things. I just get like bits and pieces. I literally blanked out for a good 3 hours.
Mm.
And I'm really gutted because that was the first time I've watched Bob Vylan and I don't remember a single moment. And I was really excited to watch Soft Play as well because they were headliner that night. And I sort of lost everyone, but I was like, I don't really give a shit. I'm here to watch a band. So I just stood at the back. So I'm going to grab some food. Sat there, eating a curry, watching Soft Play. I was like, this is great. I'm going to get another beer as well. And it hit a point where I thought, I actually can't see the band anymore. I ain't going to need to go to bed. So I had to ditch halfway through because I was just
Fucked.
Yeah.
I was just absolutely gone.
I think the most.
I can think of 2 times you've been proper fucked up at a festival. Actually, no, I think it's probably the aftermath. And you'd done the same thing 3 years apart. You'd fell asleep in the middle of a crowd watching a band. So last year you fell asleep watching Cancer Bats.
I did.
And
Yeah,
every-
I woke up covered in grass.
Yeah,
It was
'cause
just a
everyone was
mound
just buried you in
of
grass.
grass.
And there's a video where we were watching Gender Roles in 2018, and one of us was videoing the band, and then just sort of panned over, and you were curled up in the fetal position.
It's like when we were watching Kiss and you were like, "I don't like Kiss, I'm gonna have a nap." And then like the security kept coming over to me like, "Is he all right?" And I'm like, "He's fine. He's just tired." All right, sound. Another one will come over. "Is he all right? Is he on something?" "No, he's not." And in the end, you just kind of sat up and just went, "Well, you fuck off. I'm
He
fine."
kept poking me and prodding me. I was like, mate, fuck off.
I'm trying to nap.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
I've just spotted.
But the fucking worst time, the worst thing I've ever done at a festival fucked up is I drank 2 bottles of wine in about an hour. Then on the Thursday night at Trees, went to bed, woke up, still fucked. I think I'd had about 4 hours sleep. Fucking, I woke up, I was like, oh, fags, oh, they're in the car. So I walked all the way to the car to get my fags out of the car park. Sparked one up, sat there with a fag in my mouth. And I went, sit here, smoke this, and then I'll get going. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, I was like, smoke this, and then I'll have a walk back in. Fell asleep in the car park, woke up, and I was like, fucking hell, that was gnarly. Went to this bloke, I went, phone was dead. Went, all right, mate, and then I suppose you got the time. And he went, yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, fuck.
Woke up in the car park, 4
I remember
o'clock
that
in the
because we
afternoon.
woke up in the
Oh,
morning
man.
and everyone was like, "Were you sharing a tent at the time?
Yeah.
Was it with them?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Em, is Luke alright?" She went, "I ain't got a clue. I don't know where he is." And normally everyone would go, "Shit," and we just thought, "It's Luke. It could be anywhere."
Yeah.
We'll worry if we don't see him again tonight.
Yeah.
And then I remember you just rocking up. I don't know if it was at camp or just randomly in one of the sets or something. You were just like, "Yeah, I just fell asleep in my car."
No, I wasn't even in the car. I was just asleep on the ground in the car park.
Do you remember Trees 2019? When
Yeah.
you and Alfie came back and looked and went, "I swear we had a gazebo when we left." It's like, yeah, two lads who were absolutely off their tits on pills just came in and just booted it over.
Because they were like,
Well, I'll tell what we experienced, and then
Yeah.
you can elaborate on the
as
rest
to
of the
why
story.
that happened.
I went to sleep at about 2 a.m, and at about 3 a.m, I heard some sort of drama outside, but I couldn't be asked to get involved, so I just stayed in bed. There's supposed to be like 20 of us in the camp, and I thought somebody will sort it out. And then somebody poked their head in and I went, Reece, can you hear all this? I was like, yeah, what the fuck is going on? He went, I need your help. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And I got out of my tent and I was like, what's going on? Where's the gazebo? And he went, it's in bits on the floor. I was like, why? And he went, well, some lads have just jumped in our camp and said, you've stole our phones and broke our table. I was like, what? What did I miss? He's like, nothing. Nothing's happened, but they're convinced we did it.
I didn't know about the phones.
So he gave me this sharp bit of wood and went, just get ready for a scrap. And I was like, oh, I don't want one. And he was like, I was like, where is everyone? And he went, everyone else is at the silent disco. And I went, well, who have we got? And he went, well, Robbie's having a panic attack. Chelsea's asleep. And everybody else is at the silent disco. And I went, oh, so it's me and you. And he went, yeah. And I went, how many of them was there? And he went, about 8. I was like, oh, I don't think this is going to go in our favour.
It's not going to work.
And I think basically they spotted that we had a fucking weapon in our hands. And the fact that I must have looked like I was jonesing or something. Because I got out of the tent in shorts and a t-shirt and it was freezing. So I was just stood there going... the piece of wood like, hello, then. And they just rocked up and I went, is that them over there? And he goes, yeah, that's it. And I was like looking at him like, oh man, then you bastards. And they were just
If anyone watching, I love you so much. That just looks incredible on camera.
That looks great.
And they were just looking at us like, I don't really want to get stabbed. Let's just not bother. And then security came over and then they went and had a chat with them and they said, right, yeah, they have got a knackered table. I don't know what the fuck they're on about with the phones. And I was like, yeah, nor do we. I've never fucking met them. So we went to bed and I was like, look, when everyone comes back, Luke's going to want to fight them. So if you have trouble, wake me up and I'll calm him down. And my version of calming you down was you came back and I could hear about a couple of hours later, I was lying there and all I could hear was you going, well, let's fucking have them then. And I went, fuck's sake, poked my head out and I went, Luke, shut up and go to bed. And you went, all right. Just went straight to bed. Woke up in the morning and like you looked like you'd died. You looked like a fucking walking corpse. Because we were all sort of sat there and you just popped out pale as fuck, bags under your eyes. You went, who are we fighting then? And I was just like, no one, Luke. And you were like, but they fucking wrecked our gazebo. And you didn't realise, but we'd already been told why they wrecked our gazebo. And now you can tell that story.
Right, so me and Alfie were wrecked all day.
Yep, understandable.
Right. We were play fighting all day. And we picked this fucking table up. And we just brought it into our camp. And I went, Alfie, suplex me through this fucking table. So he fucking picked me up over my shoulders. And just went, bang! Right, and this table just snapped in half. Right. It's really bad. It's just a blatant disregard for other people's things. Like, looking back. But, you know, we were young, stupid, and having fun. And we wrote on it in Sharpie marker, sorry, lol. Put it back in their camp. We then went about our day. Came back, we saw our fucking gazebo fucked. We were like, what the fuck's happened? And he went, today some crackheads fucking said we nicked their fucking table and started kicking off. And me and Alfie were just like, yeah, about that.
Yeah. They were going off on one saying we broke the table. We did a bit, yeah.
And then as soon I woke up in the morning and I was like, I'm not having this, you know, just angry. You know, I wouldn't have done anything about it. I was like, I'm not having this, not having this. Why did they do it? And then you told me why, and I went, yeah, that seems deemable. Actually, it's probably
well, yeah, because when you guys came back,
I just instantly calmed down. I was like,
because it was Alfie's gazebo. We came back. We went, the fuck's happened to my gazebo? We went, oh, they fucking broke it. Because apparently we nicked their table and broke it. And Alfie went, that seems fair.
Yeah.
And just kind of went,
do that.
Eye for an eye, I suppose. And then it all worked out because we started, because the Saturday weren't that great for bands, so we just started picking up the gazebo poles and reenacting Star Wars with it.
Have you still got the scar?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah.
I got a scar on the side of my head from when
Mitch launched a fucking pole.
We were trying to play with a frisbee that we'd found, and Mitch, for some reason, couldn't throw a frisbee.
Right.
So we were just sort of chucking it to each other like that, and Mitch would go. And then we're like, how can you fuck that up so much? And then we started just throwing this gazebo pole about, just nowhere near each other. And then Mitch just picked it up.
Frisbee ain't working, let's do javelin.
Mitch just picked it up as I was about to grab the frisbee, and I was fucking ages away from him, and he just goes, oh, that, and it just goes, slapped me straight in the head. And I thought it went side on, so it felt like a punch. I held my head like that, pissing myself laughing, like, yeah, fair play, that was a good shot.
Yeah.
Pulled my hand away, and Alfie went, I went, what? And he went, it's gashed your head. And I went, oh, fucking hell. And I just had like this fucking disgusting, like half a circle cut in my head. Mitch felt really bad.
So what we're going to do for the end of the episode, we decided whenever we have guests on, we're going to do a bit of a quiz. The guest then answers as many questions as they can in a 2-minute time limit, racks up points, they go on a leaderboard. And Reece here will be the first one to go on said leaderboard when I've fucking got something I can put it on. Yeah, when I've got a board. But yeah, I'll count points. Luke is going to ask the questions.
The name of this quiz is Who Wants to Be a Grebo?
I like it.
There's no cash prize.
There is no cash prize.
If I do fairly well, Luke buys me a pint.
Maybe. Who wants to be a Grebo? Can we get the music, please?
Right, sound. Are we ready?
Go for it.
Okay, time starts now.
What year was the first Download Festival?
2003.
Correct. What is the name of Knock Loose's latest single?
Blinding Face.
Correct. Cannibal, Ruins, Union of Crowns are albums by which band?
I'm going to have to just go random there. Chelsea.
Barry Tomorrow. Foo Fighters have previously headlined Download, true or false?
False.
Correct. What is the name of Bad Omen's first album?
Good Omens.
Bad Omens, wrong. Who are Cradle of Filth reportedly writing a collaboration with for their next record?
Bob Marley.
Incorrect. Ed Sheeran. Which year did Download Festival sell out for the first time?
Which year?
Yeah.
2022.
Incorrect. 2023. 3 points this one. The band Better Lovers contains past or current touring members of which band?
Every Time I Die.
Pass. Every Time I Die, Ginger Escape My Picture All Stops. Sam Carter is the original vocalist of Architects, true or false?
False.
Correct. The late Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead was born in which British city?
Stoke.
Correct. What year was the band Nickelback formed?
1998.
1995. The band Ocean's 8 Alaska are a British band hailing from which city?
Birmingham.
Correct. What is the name of Lamb of God's vocalist?
I don't actually know the person.
Randy Blythe. What is the name of a Data Remember's second album released in 2007?
No, pass.
For those who have heart. What is the name of this podcast?
The Alternative.
Correct. Parkway Drive originated from which country?
Australia.
Correct. Name the late vocalist of the band Suicide Silence who passed away in 2012.
Mitch Lucker.
Correct. Name Saturday's headlining act Download Festival this year.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Incorrect. Fall Out Boy. Name the frontman / vocalist of the band Limp Bizkit.
Oh, okay, yes.
Correct.
That's
Name the
it, time.
Well done, mate. For a bonus round, bonus question rather, we'll give you 2 points if you can get this one. Which artist have we just discovered on Spotify with 24 monthly listeners?
Foghorn Leghorn.
So with the bonus points, that's 13 points overall. Not bad.
That's not bad going.
How many questions were there in total?
Oh, we've got loads, so just so we don't run out, we've got
Oh, yeah.
fucking tons.
Yeah, I just did 2 pages worth for now, so that obviously.
How do you feel being the first contestant on Who Wants to Be a Grebo?
I don't like the idea that I set the tone. I don't like that I set the bar for that.
If you think you've got what it takes to get an
do you think you can take on Reece on Who Wants to Be a Grebo?
Email in at foghornleghorn@gmail.
Right,
Oh, dear me.
just before we finish up, I want to show you Palm Reader.
Give us your hand.
What's that? Foghorn Leghorn.
I've got to get that tattooed on me somewhere now.
Yeah, definitely.
Hold release.
I'm going to put my headphones on for this one. So I haven't listened to
one
it in
last
ages.
time.
I remember being very impressed by the vocalist when we watched them.
Yeah, it was really good. It's really
Really good.
entertaining as
Yeah.
well, man.
Contrary to popular belief, he's shit at palm reading.
Turns up to practice with crystal ball every week. How the fuck this band have only like not even capping 10,000 this is a month? I think
It's mad. I'm going to Google whether or not I was right about them splitting up.
I hope not.
I don't want to
I
be
hope
spreading
you are
fake news.
incorrect because this band are incredibly good, man.
Why am I Googling it?
I do like them.
them.
Could just imagine at the merch table just handing out tarot cards.
Yeah, 6th of March. Dear friends of the Heavy Heart, we have decided to end our time together as palm reader.
That sucks, man.
What year did they start?
2009.
I was going to say, we asked the questions here.
We never asked the questions.
I'm hijacking your podcast. 2011.
2011.
It's a damn shame.
So their show at Trees is actually their last show.
Ever.
I mean, that's a pretty good
Yeah, let's go out with a
way
bang.
to go out.
Hey, Reece, this has been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Been brilliant.
Pleasure is all mine.
Likewise. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys, this week.
Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in, guys. This has been another episode of the Alternative Audio Podcast, episode 5. Hopefully we'll get episode 6 out soon. So, yeah, thanks very much for tuning in.
Thanks for sticking around.